Hello everyone, Gene Molina here from Natural Tennis Solutions. Very exciting day today. Want to talk about timing. Big piece of our game is getting ourselves to time the shots well. Some days we feel we're hitting well, some days we feel we're not. This is kind of a way to guarantee you're going to hit well every time you go to the tennis court. But it's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of just keeping yourself from overdoing what we're supposed to be doing here. So let me get right to it. Our body has neutral positions where it feels comfortable. So if I stand here with my arms to my sides, I'm pretty comfortable here. The part that becomes a little bit less apparent to us is if I turn my arms out like this, I need to flex my muscles. I need to use them. If I release and I just let my muscles go, it goes right back to neutral. So this is where my body feels comfortable. As I get myself to go and push out, I'm holding tight, then I have to release and it gets comfortable. So if I get myself to do this with my core, so I want to really give you this advice. The core is what we should be using to rotate and hit this tennis ball. Standing here, sending the arms out like this, and rotating your core while keeping your head still. I'm still facing the camera at this point, but my body has rotated. Now what I'm doing here is I'm flexing the muscles, so my muscles are actually holding me here. If I release, they'll just come back to neutral. That's where it should come back to. Now, if I rotate back doing it again, but I don't hold them, I just let them release on their own, there will be a time when my muscles will hit the maximum amount of rotation they can get, but they're being used as flexing, as far as going to a rotation with flexibility rather than muscularity. So as I go through, I go and I just release it and it comes right back. I rotate and just release it and it comes right back. I can do it to the backhand side as well. I go and I rotate and it just releases. It comes back. You can actually see it has a little bit extra. When it rotates back to the other side, it actually rotates a little bit extra to this side. This is going to take a lot of patience. You don't want to accelerate your body going the opposite way. So when I rotate this way, I don't want to rotate back the other way using muscles. I need to let the flexibility do the work. So I rotate and it comes back. I rotate and it comes back. Doing this hitting a tennis ball becomes very difficult because we all want to hit this ball really hard. If we let ourselves just rotate and not do it too quickly, we actually feel what natural rotation feels like with flexibility rather than muscularity. So if I drop this here and I rotate and rotate, my body's just going to go. I rotate and rotate, and it looks very, very simple. I should look like I'm very relaxed when I do it, because I am. The next part would be to make sure that you finish all the way too. So if you start learning to rotate all the way back, now remember, I'm going to keep my head facing forward. I rotate all the way back. Now I got to make sure that I rotate and rotate the other way so that I get a stretch in here. I feel it in my core. When I stretch back and I stretch forward, I feel the stretch and I feel the stretch both ways. You don't want to just get the stretch going one way and then not the other way, because then that would mean you're not finishing the stroke. So you get the stretch here and you get the stretch there, and everything should feel very, very smooth. So once again, stretch, stretch. If you look at pros hitting tennis balls, when they're warming up for tournaments, all the videos mostly on YouTube are a lot of them warming up. If you look at those tennis videos, you notice they don't use their legs. I didn't show you using legs here. I just showed you stretching the core. They don't use their legs a lot because they're actually trying to get their timing for their core. I had always wondered about that. Why are they not using their legs? They're getting their core timing. If you get this natural timing to work for you, you will feel like you can time this possibly the best you've ever timed it in your life. But what you really need to get here is really get yourself to understand it's about patience. You don't want to force the forward motion of it. It comes back relaxed and it goes forward relaxed. You don't add anything. Another thing is your arm has to be pretty relaxed when you do this. But I haven't had to tell people that much about the arm. Just get the rotation to start happening and you'll start feeling a lot better with it. Even if you're pretty tight, this stretching motion starts to make you realize you can relax things more. Now, possibly the most important part of this is going to be that the rotation timing has to be done at the last second. So we definitely don't want to be rotating around and holding this for a while before we go to swing. Everyone's going to have their own timing for this. You have to really focus on balls coming in. When can you start your rotation to actually go through and time it right so that you're not late with the swing? When I say last second, it is a little bit of an exaggeration. So if you can wait till the last second to start rotating back to then come forward, do that. Test it out. Test out different timings. Everything will be an experiment. But once you really get the feel for this, then you'll feel what it's like to be calm and really just swing through this ball with the natural core flexibility, where your muscles will really not be working for you. They'll just be stretching for you. And the stretch really gives you much more energy than if you actually force the muscles to come forward. Now, the way we want to practice this is going to be a little bit odd, but just go with me here. Our hips should be facing the court. So we want to square them off with the net, keep them facing that way, while we rotate and rotate through. This is the best way to really feel the rotation on the shot. So keeping the hips aligned with the net, parallel, I toss, rotate, and then I would go. So as long as you get yourself to rotate and do this with your hips square to the net, you'll really get the benefit of rotating out here. As I had mentioned, your head should stay facing forward as well, because that will definitely make you feel the stretch in here better. If I rotate my head out this way, the stretch gets less and I have to go even further, which wouldn't make sense because now I can't even see the ball coming in. So keeping the hips straight, going out here with the rotation. Rotate, 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 rotate. If you feel this tip is very beneficial to your game, please share this video, comment or questions, please. I really feel like this will make a really big difference in your game, making yourself calm down, keep yourself calm, going through, taking your time. Rushing is our enemy.